Hey, it's Courtney Leatherwood again. Here we go with episode 3 of the Basement Tapes down here at Guitar Pit Studios. On guitars, Dan Luparell, the Prog Rockian. Ryan King, let's hear his country stylings. On bass, Jeff Cunningham. Who doesn't know Jeff Cunningham? On keyboard, Ed Fliege. Got the best left hand in the business. He's a staple here in the musical community. On drums, Mike Wallace, the Grand Master of Groove. I'm going to play with that cat one of these days. And on vocals, Sam Draper. He's got one of the best voices on the planet. Now here we go. As I said, episode 3. I know the fellas are going to bring it. You will not be disappointed. Here we go. Cheers, everybody. Episode 3. Oh, yeah. Episode 3.
There's mud in your eye. There's mud in your eye.
And the cops don't think
this isn't 7-Up.
Of course, it kind of helps the throat, though, too. You know?
It does. Experience so far.
I want to do it again tomorrow.
Really?
Well, I'm just staying here anyway. I got beer in the fridge.
Cool. And you, sir?
I think it's a blast, you know, just stretching. The fact that we're doing a Metallica tune with a Frank Sinatra song is, you know, I feel so bipolar right now, I can't tell you.
I got this long nose here, and I just pull them out.
Make you sneeze. Make you cry.
I got to grab it first.
It's got to be fast.
Oh, man, I ain't fast, man.
Yeah, it is, man.
That's like a curled up and just went back in there.
One other thing, right after your solo, you got to kill
We invited you in here to play keyboards, of course. Keyboards is your first instrument. Do you play anything else?
Oh, no. My first instrument was trumpet. Learned that in the 5th grade. Yeah. Played trumpet all through grade school and into high school. And then when I was in high school, I started to teach myself keyboards because I wanted to, everybody starts getting song ideas in their head and they want to write songs. And it's really hard to write songs on a instrument that only makes one note at a time. So
one tone.
Yeah, so you got to teach yourself chords and all that kind of stuff, and so that's kind of where I started getting into keyboards, and I can play bass a little bit, and I can play drums a little bit, and I can do bar chords on a guitar. That's,
What do you think about the whole experience?
Oh, it's fantastic. Playing with great musicians, but not just great musicians, great people. You know, I mean, you can be the best musician in the world, but if you're a jerk or have a bad attitude, what does it matter? But these are a great group of guys, the kind of guys you'd want to play with even if there was no cameras rolling and nothing recorded, so it's fantastic. I'd love to do it again.
Most definitely. Good answer. This music that we played. Well, of the 2 songs that you did, was there one that you preferred over the other?
Not really. Well, the Fly Me to the Moon, I'm a Frank Sinatra fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that about the big guy, but I do love Frank Sinatra. But that's jazz-y. So that's a little bit more comfortable. I don't know about preferred, but it's a little more comfortable.
So what did you have to do to prepare?
Well, I don't know if you can prepare fully. I can learn, what I thought I needed to learn but then when you're rearranging things and I was, we had said when we did a little pre-meeting that I would go ahead and take the first solo, and I didn't learn the rhythm guitar part of the solo, and that reared its ugly head to it. So.
Well, from what I heard and witnessed, I think you did a fine job.
I did that, and then I just experimented around with stuff. At one point, I was thought I'd use drumsticks on my fingers to get a real, but I thought that might have been a little too much.
That sounds like a really cool idea.
I was trying, if you watch, I was kind of I was tapping the strings trying to get that overtones coming off of like as if you were slapping it, but trying to use the tip of my finger just to kind of get it to bark a little bit, So
that's cool.
That was, I guess, the Metallica song. I spent
what did you have to do to prepare for these
practice, man. I haven't played a lot of gug type rhythm stuff in a while, and it's fun. It was a blast, man.
Well, see, you were actually the first one that we've had come in here actually take on 2 duties with singing and playing guitar.
Yeah, I'd never been known for my brilliance. So I just shut up and just came in here and sang. I could have made it easier.
No, I think you did a fine job.
He's not here. He's not.
My name was Scott.
Jim's not here.
No, my name is.
Don't get frustrated. I know you're frustrated already.
I'm not, man.
So, this is so good. You guys are really killing it. I mean, that last take right there, I mean, it sounds, it's dialed in and it sounds awesome.
Right
The whole mix of everything.
All over it.
It's killing. Mike, I mean, you guys, it's beyond, like it's a level above, okay? You guys have taken it somewhere else, so just stick to it, you know.
Stab the truth, take one.
Well, if we were to invite you to come back and do this again, who would you personally like to work with?
Oh, if I came back and did it?
Mm-hmm.
You mean besides these guys?
Yeah, besides these guys.
Oh, that you mean locally that I haven't had a chance to play with? God, I don't know. You see, that's a hard question right off the top of the bat. Well, I've never gotten a chance to play with Howie Freitag really much, so he would be a good choice for people I haven't played with. Actually, Steve and I have never played in a band together, so I like to play with Steve. Gosh, I don't know. I've played with a lot of people in town, so I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of, it was, Scott was telling me, he says it was difficult when you kept picking people out of the hat, finding guys, you'd pick the first one out, and then it's like, then you got to find guys that they haven't actually played with.
Yeah, like 6 degrees of Fliege.
Yeah.
Do you play anything else besides guitar? You sing?
I do actually. I sing. I play bass and keyboards on all my demo recordings. And, it's fun. I like to mess around in my little demo studio. I don't have a studio like this. I'm more economical and just have a little.
In reference to the 2 songs that you did, was there one that you preferred over the other?
Well, actually, to be honest with you, I'd never heard the Frank Sinatra song, but as soon as I started playing it, I loved it. I know, to make myself sound uncultured. I live in Berlin, but I never heard it. But I learned some.
He said, "Tell that chicken to go back upstairs."
I guess the Metallica song, I spent more time on that one.
Well, of course, we brought you in here to play bass.
Yeah.
Is that your first instrument, or did you play anything else?
No, I started playing guitar until my brother caught me playing his guitar, and then he wouldn't let me play his guitar anymore. So I used to play guitar, and even when I did that, I was always drawn to try and learn bass lines on the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I used to love bass heavy. I get a lot of crap for this, but I liked some of the disco stuff that went on because the bass was just pumping in it, right? So
I got that right in the forefront.
Right. So that kind of drew me to the instrument. I wanted to be a drummer, and I don't have the independence on all my limbs. There's 2 of them work together, not 4. So I did bass, and it kind of is like the best of both worlds. You kind of you get the best of the rhythmic world of drumming, and then also melodic world of guitar.
Right.
Without having to take a bunch of solos and stuff and all that stuff. I like sitting in the back, and I'm not up front.
Because I want to be back there getting my groove on.
I let the other guys in the band pour the beer on their heads and all that stuff.
And you can sit back there.
Yeah, I sit there and laugh.
Okay. What did you have to do to prepare for these songs? Oh, man. Tell the truth now. Tell the truth.
Oh, man. Well, man, I don't want to get beat for this one. Just listen, just plug it out. Listen to the music. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of not traditional in how I rehearse. I don't set up a drum kit. I probably should, but I don't. I just
one of those steering wheel players.
Steering wheel, pillows, whatever, plate, table and chair, whatever, whatever's in front of me, I'll play on, But I mean that's mostly just. Listen to it a million times. Just listen to it and listen to it and listen to it and listen to it and listen to it. Just played the tune over and over and over and over in my head. But he said I probably should have set up a drum kit, but I cheat a little bit. I don't usually set up a drum set when I rehearse. So it's just a ton of plugging into it. Really.
Of course, we brought you in here to sing, and as I said, you also play guitar. Since you play guitar, was that the first instrument you learned how to play?
Yeah, it was actually about when I was 12. My brother John, rest his soul, was my hero, my musical hero. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be cool like my big brother and play guitar. And he said when I could reach around the neck, he'd teach me how to play. And that was, it's 40 years ago, and I haven't looked back since. I'd be probably dead or insane if not for music, or both. So insane doesn't matter if you're dead.
Do you play anything else?
I play a little bass. There's no keyboard players around. I play keyboards.
Yeah, I remember that little stint with Playhouse.
Oh yeah,
you and I switched off. That was fun.
Yeah, it's weird being interviewed by you, because you know more about my musical history than anybody in the world. Oh, by the way, I went ahead and booked us a gig. We're only playing the 2 songs, but
No, see, you can't do that.
Oh, let me tell you.
I really don't want to get.
hey, come join us at Deliverance.
There's still
If we're out of whiskey, really?
Yeah, I should really stop this.
Oh man!
That's why I'm
good stuff.
That's why I'm cussing a lot.
Keep recording. He'll edit.
That's why I'm cussing a lot, so I get bleeped a lot.
I ain't said nothing. Hopefully.
Yeah.
See,
I use acronyms. I say it's
stuff.
like, well, WTF, MFER? You can KMA.
Can you guess who picked this song to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 6.
I think this part should be there. It's a signature lick. I think we should do it
gotta
heavy.
be.
I think we should establish it and be heavy.
It's gotta be.
Except that there will be 8 beats of banjo before.
Right.
I disagree.
Yeah.
You disagree? I think we need to set that tone with that, to make it heavy right off the bat, and then if we want to do the banjo thing. And you do the begga-diggas.
Fly me to the moon, let me play amongst the stars, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. You're the one I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. You're the one I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
So that's basically what you had to do to prepare for for working on these songs.
Well, I forsake my wife and children for days on end. But yeah, well, nobody wants to be the one to screw up. You know, you're playing with top tier guys. You're cream of the top guys. You don't want to be the guy who's like, oh, what was that chord again? You know, so yeah, you put time.
That wasn't me. That was him over there.
At least you put time into it. You know, because you want to do it right. You know, you don't want to be the one screwing up. So.
I don't know. I can't think of anybody else right at the top of my head, which is sad. This is kind of like the Oscars when they ask you who all you're supposed to thank, and you're like, oh, I know I'm forgetting someone.
It's usually God and your mama.
Yeah.
All right, man.
That's it.
Well, thank you.
We're good.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Oh, I enjoyed it. I did. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I think that's great.
My topics for doing
your top
influences.
three.
Oh wow. I don't know. I'll just stick to guitar.
Okay, that's cool.
All right, and I will say obviously the Beatles because I busted my first guitar in half in a dispute with my brother. I just mentioned that. Then I would have to say all the local people I played with from the time I was in a garage band jamming to a strobe light to Ted Nugent tunes to then all the people that I played with in my early years, the Brian Earlywines and Bob Havertz and Doug Kirks and all those people.
Okay, wow.
So the local guys were heavily influential. If you want to talk about like in later years when I really started studying, I'd have to say, on the blues side, Gary Moore.
Okay.
On the prog side, Steve Morris and anybody that's ever been in G3. I listen to all of it. I don't like do note for note studies of anything, but
that's cool.
I just try to be good at improvising and trying to come up with things in different keys and different.
Oh man. Mr. Hipbone Sam, I like that dude, man. Yeah, he's a heck of a guy. I've never really had a chance to play to do anything with him. Not Scott Nichols. His hair's too long. Man, I love Shane Bumgarner, man. I'd really like to. I mean, I've done some stuff with him in church, but never on the outside.
Right.
On the outside world. That's two. I need one more.
No, I just whatever came to mind.
You said three.
I said three influences.
Don't say. Cut that out.
Don't say Shane. Shane Bumgarner. He
Go
goes
to the next step.
Howard Freitag, man. Yeah, I like to do some. Yeah,
I bet you would.
Yeah,
everybody's talking about Howard.
Oh man, Howard's
okay. I was gonna wrap it up. You were to come in here and do this again.
Yeah.
Who would you like to work with?
Oh wow. Just local people. I would love to see I like to see some young kids get involved somehow. Some of these younger musicians, and get them to play with some of the older musicians. Kind of do that.
Anybody particular you have in mind, or
young people? I don't know a whole lot of them. I know some of those punk rock kids, like Brandon Carnes and those guys. They're very talented. What they're doing over there in the Black Sheep. Over there, they're making a lot of cool punk rock records and rock records. He would be cool. Like Bruce Williams. My buddy Bruce from Annihilate, he would be awesome for something like this. He's an open-minded bass player, and he's done all kinds of different stuff, not just punk rock. So Bruce.
Right.
What else would be good? My buddy Damon Soper.
Oh wow. Okay.
Damon, he makes the noise. He can play it. Chris Warren. Those guys are all really good. I play with them already, so that's probably not a good answer. Someone who I haven't played with. I like Kornfeld. Jeff Kornfeld's fun. I always have fun with him.
Okay.
I think he's a super fun musician. Big Mike was one of the people I've been looking forward to playing with for a while. When I thought he was going to play. I played that open mic night with those guys, and it was so much fun.
I remember that.
I was hoping we would get to do that again. You?
Well,
We've never
thank
played.
you.
Yeah, we've never played. I love your voice. You're a good guitar player, bass player.
If you were to come back here and do this, is there anybody in particular that you would like to play with?
I'd come back with this exact same group, man. I would. Anytime I'd play with any of these guys, anytime, actually anybody here, including all you guys in the crew, anytime, any place, anywhere, man. It's fun to hang out with good players, you know.
I mean, do you have anybody in mind that's not
Yeah,
here?
it would be cool to record something with my old boy Howie Freitag, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, he was my best man. I was his best man, you know. It'd be cool if we could record something, you know, because one of us is going to fall off the face of the earth one day, and it'd be nice for the other one to go, I played with him, remember? You know? We've done a few gigs together and stuff, but
Yeah.
that'd be cool. Just hell, you guys, you two, both you guys would be awesome. You know, it's just the whole, you know, anybody. I mean, this to get people. I think this brings out the best in people.
Oh yeah.
Because it's, you know, even when we're getting a little salty over the whole thing, you guys are like, oh, you guys are doing great. You suck a lot less than the last group.
So, if we were to ask you to come back and do this again, who would you like to work with?
Well, there's a lot of great. I've never lived anywhere else, but to me, Springfield is just loaded with musical talent. You know, there's a lot of great players. A lot. I mean, you guys, well, just like you guys doing this, you guys are great musicians, and here you are spending all this time spotlighting other musicians, which is great. You know, I mean, that's the whole idea. And I mean, you know, if I had to pick a few people that, not necessarily that I would, you know, that I just enjoy going out and sing, because I don't get a chance to go out and see bands very much, having little kids, but, you know, like Luke Tarasky is somebody that I've known. He went to school with me, you know, I mean, a fantastic guitarist, just, and a great dude. You know, these are all great people. You know, Dave Luttrell, you know, just probably the best musician in Springfield and the nicest guy you'll ever meet. You know, Jonathan David, you know, I mean, there's just a few, but there's so many, you know, so many guys out there that are great players and great people, you know. So.
All right. Well,
alrighty, hope you good?
Appreciate it.
Courtney, thank you very much, man. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, man.
You guys are awesome.